Hey Aquarius, this reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising in Love, October 15th through the end of the month. Aquarius in Love, through the end of the month. Aquarius, I will still be giving away a free reading this month as I always do. If you would like to be considered, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below your video, and I will notify winners at the very end of the month. Aquarius in Love, October 15th. Let's get one more shuffle in here, guys. Ooh, big message for you, Aquarius. The tide is turning in your favor. I'm channeling that very strongly. The tide is turning in your favor, especially for those of you who feel like you're at your wit's end. If you feel like you're at your wit's end in love, you're tired of waiting for the soulmate to come in. You feel like you are forever single, or when you meet somebody, they just don't have the depth and the connection that you genuinely crave. You're just at your wit's end. It feels like somebody's truly at their wit's end. Spirit is saying the tide is turning in your favor. But the tide is turning in your favor in love. This also applies to those of you going through a divorce right now. I'm feeling very strongly. The divorce has been very difficult and continue to be very difficult, but the tide is turning in your favor. There's something that you're getting. I see you winning something, and not the ego kind of winning. It's not about winning an argument. I see you maybe winning possession of a home. I don't know. I just see a really positive outcome for you here, Aquarius. But this applies specifically for those of you going through a very challenging time. And of course, for those of you not going through a challenging time, you have already felt the tide turn in your favor over the last couple of weeks. Especially, I mean, honestly, Aquarius, you should have been feeling some sort of shift in love over the last, I would say, month or two. I've noticed this shift for you guys collectively, but something bigger is on the horizon here these next couple of weeks. So let's get a little bit more clarity. Aquarius in love. That's so beautiful to the end of the month. Yeah, I'm actually hearing, in regards to those of you going through a divorce, an ending's closer than you realize. You have, you know, your partner, your ex, or your soon-to-be ex-husband or wife. They want to be done with this as quickly as you want to be done with it. It feels like something's been dragged on, and it may not get dragged on any longer. It feels like there's a resolution here. The first card out, and I think this is why you're at your wit's end, okay? What I'm channeling hardcore through this is that people have been showing up pretending that they're a different kind of person than they truly are. And maybe they really want to believe that for themselves. Maybe that's the version of themselves that they truly want to believe, but you're seeing that it's not authentic. I see people promising you things, making promises that they cannot keep and they will not keep. But this specifically speaks to somebody's identity. Somebody is not showing up authentic. And I can see, and I have complete compassion, Aquarius, for those of you who feel like you're attracting people who aren't authentic because you show up as authentic from the get-go, right? Even the first conversation, I feel like Aquarius will put themselves out there. And I've always admired that in Aquarius, how outgoing. You're not as afraid of vulnerability as other people. And you may not know that. I'm not saying you are totally conscious of that. I have Aquarius friends who would for sure fight me on that. But I just see that pattern. And it's something I've always admired, your authenticity. Somebody isn't showing up with that. And that's so effing frustrating. Okay? Tide is turning in your favor. See this? If this is a pattern for you, this is a karmic pattern. You needed to value authenticity, not just in how you appear to other people and how you show up for other people, but valuing your own self-worth, knowing that you are deserving of people who are authentic for you as well, knowing that you're deserving of people who can come in and mirror the authenticity, the kindness, the integrity, essentially the love that you are capable of, that you do give to other people. This is a lesson for you, and it feels like the lesson has been learned, okay? And this is why the tide is turning in your favor. If you are single and you don't feel like you've really attracted anybody worthwhile lately, somebody will come in, okay? Now, this deceptive energy will linger a little bit longer, I'm feeling. But you are very, very, very close to seeing that through to completion because it's karmic. And you feel ready to let that pattern go. First, I was going to say first card out. The card to follow is very soon. I'm telling you. Let me just hold these up. This is done very soon. If this person is who you're getting a divorce from, tide is turning in your favor very soon, okay? And I'm talking about this month. I'm talking about very soon, within weeks, okay? Within weeks of you hearing this, I'm just feeling some sort of a resolution for you guys, okay? But if this is also a karmic pattern, whether you're getting divorced or not, this is just a karmic pattern. You're done with this. These people, if they show up on a first date, you're just going to sense something is off, and you're not even going to wait around to see what they're deceiving you, or what the deception really is, how they're deceiving you. You're not even going to wait around for that clarity. You're gonna sense that energy, and you're just going to peace out. There's no point in sticking that out. You're going to recognize that energy. That is how spirit knows that you're done. That is how you show up to universe. Universe, I recognize this energy. Thank you for this clarity. I am not going to invest energy or time into this anymore. And universe will honor that by allowing you to have a different experience. I'm telling you, you do not believe me right now. Because even speaking about this, I'm feeling a little bit of resistance. Stay in that divine flow, because you are deserving of a new experience at this time. Now, I do feel like somebody who has been deceptive, especially for those of you in committed relationships, or for those of you who've experienced relationships that were a little bit more toxic, I feel like somebody deceptive has been trying to flip that on you as though you've been deceptive, that you didn't show up authentic, that maybe you weren't faithful, that you did something wrong. And I feel like Aquarius might be trying to prove, like, I've always been loyal to you. Because, I mean, that would certainly, for me, that would hurt me to my core. I'm as loyal as it gets. And I know you guys are too. So for somebody to say you weren't loyal to me, and you know that you were, you're going to want to prove that. Even just for yourself. Like, how can you challenge integrity? How can you say that when it's always been about you? Love has been, there's some sort of distraction there. You don't need to justify your behavior if you know that you're in the right here. The person who's doing that is essentially admitting to you, Aquarius, that they've done something wrong. Please keep your eyes open. I think for some of you, you experience some endings here. It doesn't feel abrupt. Probably just your ex, okay, that I'm picking up on. Release your ex to follow all of this. But if you do break up with somebody at this time, it's not abrupt. It's not going to shock you. It does feel something that you're ready to do. And it feels like you are the one who would be making that decision. It doesn't feel like that decision will be made for you. But I think we're speaking about an ex, okay? So we have deception very soon, and release your ex. I'm going to hold these two up, okay? It's time to release this energy. It's time to release this energy. This is past tense energy. Universe wants to give you a new experience now. You need to heal. If you don't feel like you fully let go of this energy, if you're meeting new people and you're just seeing a pattern repeat, it's time to get some energy healing done. It's time to really, really cleanse this. You need more than a sea salt bath and some sage to do this work. Okay, this is real cord cutting. This is healing karmic energies. Karmic energy goes deep. That usually goes back to your family. Sometimes it's generational. Okay, so you're talking like generation upon generation where this energy repeats. Some people will call it a generational curse. It's time to clear it. It's just time. You feel ready. If you know how to do that energy work for yourself, this is universe asking you to get that done. If you don't know how to do this, you guys know I specialize in energy work. Just reach out to me. It's actually pretty simple to do. It's time to let go, okay? But you know, I'm not going to beat that message to death here. Now, for exes, I do feel like some of you have exes showing up, trying to get back together. That doesn't feel authentic either. That feels like somebody wants something. If they feel like they're not winning in a divorce or some sort of settlement, they try to circle back. Do recognize that there may be some ulterior motive there, okay? But this isn't to scare you, Aquarius. This is energy that I feel like you are already aware of. And to be honest, for the majority of you, this has already occurred. This doesn't really feel new. I'm not feeling too many separations over the next couple of weeks. If that's the case, you already know this energy. You are not in the dark on any of this. This is just an affirmation that, yeah, what you're picking up on is legit. There is some deception, okay? There is positivity here. The tide is turning in your favor because you are choosing to move on. Look at this, where it starts to get positive. So we have deception. It's what it is. We've all dealt with this. It's difficult, but you're stronger than this, okay? Clarified by self-love. This is why you're moving on. You're prioritizing you. You're prioritizing your needs. You don't need to fall back into this. You don't need these kind of people. You don't need these kind of experiences because you prioritize self-love. You know that you're deserving of healthy, high-vibing love, and you are just done. That's where the positive message comes in. It is that the negativity is over for you. And that you've been so drawn on that you're not even sure what it will look like without that negativity lingering. Embrace this. Give yourself a little bit of time, but you're going to see it show up. You're going to start to see better people showing up in your life. Okay. Now, I will say for some of you, if you're in a committed relationship and you don't feel like this deception is coming through a committed partner, I'm definitely feeling friendships here. I'm feeling deceptive people. There is this deceptive energy in this karmic pattern. So again, it may not necessarily be your partner that you've been with. If you have been in a solid relationship for a long time, this deception doesn't apply to you guys directly, but it's a friend. It's somebody close to you. There's somebody close to you. I will say for some of you, it's a family member, somebody who's deceptive. I'm definitely getting for some of you, you have a family member who constantly hits you up for money, somebody who's codependent. You do way too much for them. Maybe there's a mental illness. Maybe there's an addiction. Maybe there's a physical illness, but it feels like someone abuses that. It feels like somebody gives you a guilt trip because you aren't showing up to help them. That may not be your romantic partner. This deception could very well be a family member or a close friend. Recognize that energy when it shows up, okay? Those are also people you're going to want to either cut ties with or have healthier boundaries around, because enough's enough. But I think that you're there, okay? So we come back to self-love. But on this note of self-love, center of the reading, again, we have very soon, clarified by free yourself. You are freeing yourself from all the bullshit. Do you mind me being that honest with you? You're freeing yourself from all the bullshit. There's no more deception. There's no one else allowed to abuse Aquarius's generosity. You're done. You're done with it. You're getting your freedom back very soon if you don't have it already. You know what I feel here for you, Aquarius? It's not even just that you're getting your freedom back. It's that you're enjoying your freedom. You're getting your love back for yourself, for life, your friendships. You're reconnecting with people maybe you haven't seen in a while. You're calling in new friends. There's newness here. This is a celebration. This isn't like, okay, now I have to grieve for the next couple of months. This is a celebration of self-love. This is a celebration of honoring that you have conquered some serious karma. Good job, Aquarius, okay? Good job. If this energy is still lingering for you guys, it's all good. It's going to get cleared. You have to consciously do this. I don't think this energy is going to clear all on its own. So you need some energy healing, but it's not extensive energy healing. Yeah, okay. Separations for sure. X, clarified by separation. You're moving past this. You're enjoying your freedom. You recognize that whoever was deceptive, whoever hurt you, those kinds of people are not allowed to come back, and those kinds of people are no longer allowed to show up in your life. You're done. Congratulations, Aquarius. I'm proud of you guys. I know how difficult it is to overcome repeating karmic patterns. It's so difficult because there's attraction to these kinds of soulmates. These karmic patterns have probably come through soulmates that you were quite passionate about, but they still showed up with some sort of deception. And for these people, it's not necessarily that they cheated. Not everybody cheated. The main message I'm getting through deception is that someone showed up not giving you the whole story about something. Someone showed up not being their true, authentic self. And then you get into the relationship, and then there are commitments in place, and then all of a sudden, you see somebody's true colors, and it's like, I wouldn't even have had this commitment in place if, you're not being caught off guard anymore. Your intuition's intact. You're healing, Aquarius, and you're doing a damn good job. There's celebration here for you. Go out with your friends. Be social. Go out and just be all of that bright light that you shine, okay? No one's allowed to dim your shine anymore. Also, don't allow those old experience or exes trying to come back into the picture. Don't allow any of that energy to distract you from this beautiful energy you are now stepping into that you've manifested for yourself. This is the perfect card to crown this reading. You've manifested this. This is who you are. You are, it's like that Leo energy you guys are embracing, the rays of the sun. You are the spotlight. It's not that the spotlight is on you, Aquarius. The spotlight's always going to be on you. You are the spotlight. You're that star. You're that sun that people gravitate toward. Honor that. Go have fun. Enjoy your freedom. You will attract new love at this time, especially as you clear this X energy and you move past these separations, okay? Again, for those of you in committed relationships and you feel like you're in a healthy committed relationship, it's not about attracting new love. I feel like you'll be attracting new friends very soon, okay? There's freedom from that codependent friend or family member. You are honoring you and your needs, and you are really exercising healthy boundaries here. Separations don't feel like grief. You just don't feel like grief. It doesn't mean you won't have sad moments, okay? It doesn't mean you won't struggle at times, but I'm not feeling the kind of grief that normally comes to separation. It feels like if there is a separation, you really want it. You want your freedom back. You want a healthy life back. Okay, you're not being fooled by anybody's deception or lack of authenticity. Okay, see it, your eyes are open, move forward. Time to call in the new circle of friends. It's time to call in those soulmates, those high vibing soulmates that have a different lesson to teach you. All soulmates are going to show up with a lesson to teach you, but it doesn't have to be this one anymore. Honor that, sit with that, think about what that even means, and let universe know that you're ready for a new experience. It's coming in. It's coming in very, very soon. Bottom of the deck here. Wedding. I really think that this speaks to those of you who are going through divorce. I'm getting divorced. Okay. I'm all right. So we also have another soulmate card. We have soulmate. That's speaking to like a past tense soulmate. So we have X energy around this commitment. This is an old commitment that you have separated from. It's an old experience. You know what? I also feel you like you're attracting this too, right? We're stepping away from old and we're entering into a new phase very soon. This also speaks to new commitments. If you want it, Aquarius, if you want new love to come in, you do have to clear this energy. There's definitely a lot of energy here to clear. Okay, that's very important for you. You clear this energy. The new love will come in as you're celebrating your freedom. It's not going to come in before then. Okay, it's not going to come in those quiet moments of contemplation and while you're still dealing with a little bit of that grief. Okay, it's attached to your freedom. But once you get back out there and you shine as bright as you know that you are meant to shine, it's like people are just drawn to you. You have a hard time choosing who you want to date next because you'll have so many options. That's that energy. But the thing is, also refine that. Just because you have options doesn't mean that they're all good options. I see Aquarius being able to filter out the bullshit really quickly. And you know, I've been able to do that in the past. You know, you don't need to date people. Date like 2 people. Date two, 3 people if you want, but like max out at 3. I'm really getting like to cap it. Don't date 2 people because then you're going to miss some red flags because you're going to be too distracted juggling that all. And I know you guys can be very good at that, but you want the new experience, you know, make it a little bit easier. But I see you filtering things down. I see you filtering people out very quickly. This is so good. Good job, Aquarius. I'm proud of you guys. You've made so much progress, you know, career, finances across the board, and now love. You guys are killing it. I'm so, so, so proud of you guys. Good job. Aquarius, if you feel like you need more clarity, reach out to me. I'm available for private readings, for energy healing. You guys know I specialize in energy healing. Availability for at this point is completely booked up, but I will still take some emergency readings and some emergency sessions. I've been taking on 2 emergency readings and sessions, so I am trying to cut back a little bit. But if you really need it, reach out to me. I promise you I will do my best to get you in as quickly as possible. We'll figure it out. You need to be a little bit patient with me this month, but we will work it out, okay? So reach out if you need it. I will be back November 1st for your full month of November reading, but in the meantime, I'm sending you guys so much love, like gratitude. Make sure you connect with me on Instagram at Urban Soul Guru. I'll see you guys back here soon. Love you, Aquarius.